Have you ever wondered what special education really is? This chapter gives you an overview of the law that covers special education. When you have a child who has or may need special education services, it is helpful for you to understand what special education is. Special education is instruction that is specially designed to meet the unique needs of a child with a disability. This means education that is individually developed to address a specific child's needs that result from their disability. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act is the federal law that supports special education and related service programming for children with disabilities in the United States. Since each child is unique, it is difficult to give an overall example of special education. It is individualized for each child. Each child who is found eligible for special education has an individualized education program, also referred to as an IEP, developed by a team of people that includes the parents. Some students may be working at a pre-kindergarten level, others at a first, second, or third grade level. Special education for any student can consist of an individualized curriculum that is different from that of same-age non-disabled peers, for example, teaching a blind student to read and write using Braille, the same general curriculum as that for non-disabled peers with adaptations or modifications. For example, teaching third grade math, but including the use of counting tools and assistive technology for the student, or a combination of those. It is also important to remember that the education services and supports outlined in a child's IEP do not necessarily cover that child's entire education. The IEP only addresses those educational needs resulting from the child's disability. If a child needs special education throughout the school day for all activities, the IEP will cover these needs. If the child doesn't need special education support in one or more areas, for example, physical education, music, or science, then the IEP will not include these subjects. The child accesses them through the general curriculum with no additional special education services. Making the instruction individualized is an important part of special education instruction, and making sure that schoolwork is tailored to the child's unique needs. Sometimes a student may need to have changes made in classwork or routines because of their disability. Modifications can be made to what a child is taught or how a child works in school.
Well, when people talk about special education, the first thing I think of is what's wrong with my kid or kids that are in special education. There's got to be something different. And I think the main focus about special education is to help assist them identify their strengths and get them the services that they need.
Now we will discuss where special education may be provided to students. Special education instruction can be provided in a number of settings, such as the classroom, the home, hospitals and institutions, and others. Schools must ensure that a continuum of alternative placements be available to meet the child's needs. This continuum must include the placements just mentioned: regular classes, special education classes, special schools, home, hospitals, institutions. Unless a child's IEP requires some other arrangement, the child must be educated in the school he or she would attend if they did not have a disability. Special education instruction must be provided to students with disabilities in what is known as the least restrictive environment, or LRE. IDEA, or the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, includes provisions that ensure that children with disabilities are educated with non-disabled peers to the maximum extent appropriate. Each state must also ensure that special classes, separate schooling, or other removal of children with disabilities from the regular environment occurs only if the nature or severity of the disability is such that education in general classes with supports and services cannot be achieved satisfactorily. Thank you for listening. You've learned that special education is specially designed instruction. There is a wide variety of reasons that a child may require special education. A child's IEP only addresses the educational needs resulting from the child's disability. A student may require accommodations or modifications. You understand that special education services can be provided in a variety of settings, and you learn that the child must receive their services in the least restrictive environment. We hope this information will ensure that you participate effectively in the IEP process. If you have questions, please call us at 408-727-5775.